What's up, people? Good nights, good nights, good nights. How y'all doing? How y'all doing over there? How y'all doing? So it is Friday nights, TJF. I hope everybody had a great day at work. I hope y'all not too drunk off them 2-for-1 Friday happy hour cocktails. But yes, it's Friday night and we do this every Friday night and Sunday night. And of course, I have Instagram peeps. I decided to go out live on my Instagram because I have peeps on my Instagram as well that always say, yo, we want to share our story too, but we don't have Facebook, you understand? So big up to all my Instagram peeps. Shout out to my Facebook supporters. One love, one love, one love, one love, one love. So, you know what? I don't know. Listen to me. I am a sweetheart, but you not trouble me. Don't trouble me and don't come for me if I never send for you. You understand? Some things I will let go bypass, because, you know, and every dog will bark off and you go fling off of them. You understand? You just go continue your journey. But sometimes some dogs, you just have to stop and kick them in their mouth. And sometimes you're not enough. By the time you turn back at them to say you stop, they just and run, God, don't. Okay. What's up, people? What's up, what's up, what's up? We have a guest tonight, and she's gonna come on in a little bit and share her experience on her rape ordeal, how she dealt with it, her family support or not support, we will hear, and of course also you know, her advice to young girls out there, because this happened at a young age. All right, so you know, a lot of people also, you know, all over been sending me messages on all social media platforms like, yo, Tease, I love what you're doing, but just be careful, you know, just be careful, because you know them kind of people that listen to me, wanna know me. And for those who are new on my page, I have no fear. I have no fear. And that's, people don't understand that fear is an illusion. You think you're afraid of something until you face it. And then you realize, what, I did this before all along? Why did I go and say it wasn't really, it wasn't a big deal? Like, you become so like, wow, you become empowered when you face your fear. And I say this to say this. Sometimes you think you fear something until you decide to face it. So my advice to you ladies and to men as well, face your fear, whatever it is, outside of this conversation, whatever it is. Of course, like I tell you guys all the time, me never born rich, me never grew up rich family, but I had a love for the beach, and like most people, they can't swim. I can't swim. You think that me can afford swimming class? I can't afford swimming lesson. So therefore, I'm just going to teach myself how to swim. Somebody said to me the other day, oh, you act as if you're self-taught. And I'm like, yes, I am self-taught. Half of what I know and the way I am and the person that I turn out to be is self. I don't have the mindset of a lot of people. And that is because I choose. Like, even today, someone said to me, not everybody have a voice. I said, everybody have a voice. But everybody have a choice. You understand? So me making my voice be heard, you have a voice too, but it's a choice. And I understand, trust me, I understand. Not everybody's gonna feel like, yo, me can't do that. No, me can't do it. But take your time. Hopefully one day you'll say, you know what, I can do it. What Tease can do it, why me can't do it? If Tease can do it, after Tease no more than me. Just like when me look at the people them in the water and them a swim and a splash run like fish. Oh, them can't swim and me can't swim. After them no more than me, so me go splash too. Me almost drown, but that's not the point. I didn't drown. I went back again. I almost drowned again, and I decided me still can't swim, so I'm just going to continue. And if me not drown, then me must learn to swim. And just like that, I'm now a certified diver from teaching myself how to swim. It don't matter if I nearly drown. The point is I learn how to swim. So sometimes you have to challenge yourself. Sometimes you have to face your fear. People are skydive, why them can't skydive and me can't skydive? When I said to my friend, yo, I'm going to go try the skydive. You crazy? No, so me can't. Me can't. It can't be that serious. Suppose me dead. We have to dead. You're safer jumping out of a plane than driving in a vehicle anyway. Boom, me skydive. I'm here. Me never dead. I'm fine. So sometimes, like I said, it's just you deciding I'm going to face my fear. Just like someone that have weight issues and them decide, no, sir, me can't stop eating KFC. No, man, me love my God. Me not stay like you. Me have to eat KFC every day. And boom, then decide that, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going to try. And before you know who I'm girl or who I'm guy, lost 40 pounds, 50 pounds, slim and trim, sexy, in a gym, start become fitness freak now because you realize everything, sweetie, is a mind frame. Once you set your mind to something, you can achieve it. And that's the first thing you have to do. Just set your mind to it. Once you set your mind to it, you do it. When me ready, me get up and me go and travel by myself. You're like, oh, you just travel by yourself. You're not afraid. Afraid of what? What am I supposed to be afraid of? People always ask me, you're not afraid. What am I supposed to be afraid of? Honestly, talk truth. What am I supposed to be afraid of? Exactly. Crickets. You guys, and we don't understand that. This is a mindset. This is a mindset of fear in all its glory, where we hand it down to our kids. And that's why I say, you think I'm going to apologize to myself, Todd? Yes, I'm self-made. Because I do not want to be like how my mother is. She's comfortable in her comfort zone. I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to learn more. If that makes me crazy, okay, I'm local. And that's fine. Or you just get up and go and different country, you don't even talk their language. Okay, most people speak English. If you don't speak English, then find somebody else. Or learn the basic of certain language. The most important language, Spanish, French, English. If you know the basic of those, even if you don't know the basic of the other one, find somebody that speaks English, ask questions. That's it. It's really not that difficult. In my travels, I meet so many people along the way. Some little pitney were 18. I remember I met this little girl. She's like 18. She just turned 18. And she's traveling for 2 months by herself. She was from Australia. And I'm like, see, I wish Jamaicans would do that. I care about other countries, but me a Jamaican, so I'm going to talk for my country. I wish that parents could have handed this down to kids, where them say, you know what, go see the world. Work a little money, go and go pop back, go and go do this, and then after you go see the world. But no, we're too busy turning our kids into slaves. Why you have to go work early and come help me? Why should I help you? You're supposed to be helping me. We don't encourage our kids to travel. While other nationalities, them a travel, them a backpack all over the world. And let me tell you something, people. This has to stop. Where we think once we're going to travel, we need to be in a Bugatti, we need to be in a Gucci and Louis Vuitton. And stop it out. Stop. Cut it out. Go explore the world. Take your time. Take your backpack. Some of them white people, them are exploring green like grass, sour like lime, frozen like wet dog. And then gone. They don't care about you while you there talk about a Gucci perfume you have on, you know. Them green and the rest of the world still. Life goes on. There's levels to this shit, people. Anyway, like I said, face your fear. I want to share a story with you. In 1996, there was a woman by the name of Axan Wilson. She told the jury in sometimes trembling voice, in the past I've been known as the condom rape victim. I am not the condom rape victim. I do not have the victim's mentality. I do not have the victim's mentality. I am a survivor of rape in which was a violent crime. Alright, so this case, she thanked the judge because it happened in 1996. She was raped. She in her yard, asleep, man broke in her yard, in her house, decided he's going to rape her. She asked him, she begged him please just put on a condom. Because me can't stop you. Me can't resist. I'm home alone. You go overpower me. But please, I'm begging you. Put on a condom. So I decided, alright, fine. So he put on a condom and he raped her and gone about his business. She end up reporting the rape. They end up finding him. It's a long story. You guys can research it. She ended up finding him and pressing charge. When they went to court, the jurors found him not guilty because she let him use a condom. So to them, this was consent. So because she begged him, just in case him have AIDS or STD and she don't want to get pregnant, because he decided to use a condom, the jurors found him not guilty because to them, that was consent. She said, after leaving the courtroom, she said of the first grand jury's decision not to indict Mr. Valdez, that was the name of her raper, I think this proved that the first grand jury was incredibly wrong, and I hope they think about this forever. I hope it never happens to them. Because she ended up with a next trial. She decided after her raper gets away, she decided no, she's not letting this go. She's not going to be silent. She not make nobody tell her, say, just take your rape and done. You know, so they find him not guilty. See me, they tell her enough. Report it in the first place. Just take the rape and go on. She decided she was not going to give up. This was absurd. This was ludicrous. There's no way she's going to get raped and then watch her rapist just walk free and say, hey, brush my shoulder. I see you, girlfriend. No. She pursued it. She got a retrial on it. And the second jury, of course, found him guilty. This is to show you that if she had not reported it in the first place and make fear cripple her, that man would have moved on to raping other victims. You know how much confidence that would have given him to start raping more women? Because they've been to court and the court found him not guilty only because she begged for her life. My point is this, ladies. Sometimes people tell you, oh, just nobody say nothing, just shush. One of the reasons I'm doing this live is because, and exposing rapists and child molesters, pedophiles. Because as we get older, it's already gone in our generation. However, the school kids that are coming up, the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 8-year-olds, the 10 and 11-year-olds, they should know that this should not, under no circumstances, be acceptable. So we break the next generation. We're breaking this curse now. Okay, the house done gone through the gate and we cannot do anything about it. But this is how we take back our power. So ladies, please, I'm begging you, stop talking about, boy, I'm afraid. Stop talking about, well, tease me, understand what I do, but just shush. No. I was never one to shush. Never. When it comes to certain, no, me not shush. Because our shushing only gave these men power. So please, no, don't shush. I'm doing this so young girls can speak up. Even if them mother tell them to shush, them father, them sister, them brother tell them to shush, they should be able to find someone that knows that they're not supposed to shush. The guidance counselor at school. Somebody, some adult that they can trust to tell their story to before it's too late. Because you know what happened? If it's happening to them at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to just accept it as the years go by, which we have done from generation upon generation. It happened to your grandmother, it happened to your mother, it happened to you. Now you're letting it on to your child because of your fear crippling you. You're now crippling your child with your own fear. Don't you guys see what is happening here? Generation upon generation, we're crippling because of our fear. So because me afraid, my pitney supposed to afraid. Because me can't swim, my pitney supposed to afraid I water. You ever be at the beach with some family and them, come out, come man, come, nobody go too close to the water, you can't swim, and me can't swim, come you with John. Now, unbeknownst to that parent, she just plays fear and death in that child's head. So now the pitney afraid to swim and afraid to go any further than which part the water can touch your ankle because he will drown and he will dead. We don't realize that our word is poison. Our words are poison. When we cuss little girls and tell you, you're black and ugly, you feel a drunk, I hate you. What do you expect in return for them to think of themselves? When you kill their self-confidence at a young, tender age, and when they go to road, a woman say, your girl look good, you know. Lord, me really look good? Because this is the first time in her life she hears that she look good. So we have to be more mindful of what we say to kids. Because all of we grew up hear it, including myself. You're black and ugly like, I hate you. I mean, I wouldn't say my mother said that. She never used to say me black and ugly and she hate me. I'm not going to lie. But these are words that you hear from your siblings. These are words that you hear at school. These are words that the first thing, even now as an adult, the first thing if somebody know like, you're black like. And I'm like, try that with somebody else. You realize I'm always at the beach, right? The black of the berry honey, the sweet of the juice. So I'm going to tell somebody so them black we care. Because honestly, I don't care. I'm always at the beach for a reason. Because I'm more black. You understand? Unlike other people, me love my melanin. You want bleach? That's your part. That's you, honey. That's your skin. But we're so quick to tell people you're black and ugly like. And then sometimes they say to somebody like me and then they kind of catch themselves. Like, really? I'm black and ugly? Can I buy a vowel? Let's talk to our victim. I'm not going to reveal her identity. She wants to share her story. So let's hear what you have to say. And I'll be taking 2 calls from Instagram tonight. Because you guys always say I'm not coming on live. So yes, I'm coming on live. And I'm also giving you a chance to call and share your story. And like I said, people, don't just listen to the story and say, boy, that's sad. Listen to it and apply it to your life. Apply it to where you have kids and you have your kids and you teach them the no-touch zone. They're never too young. They are never too young. Never too young. So you have to show them, hey, honey, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So you are live. Alright, so I know don't be nervous, honey. Don't be nervous. Let me tell you something.
I'll try not to be.
No, don't be, because listen, you have support. You have support, and
thank you.
We're doing this. Teamwork make the dream work. And ladies, we're standing up because what? I remember my molester. I remember my pedophile. I remember my rapist. That's my hashtag for these men. You understand? So we're sharing our stories so young girls can learn from our experience. So young girls can know that, oh, but you're not supposed to touch me there. You're not, even if my mother said not to say anything, you're not supposed to do it. Okay, so share with us your story.
Okay, so my situation began when I was about 6 years old. It was by a family member, not blood related, but related to my brother. My mom had just gotten married and we moved closer to that family, and there were occasions she would leave us there to go to work or wherever, or just for the weekend because we're family. And this young man was, I think, maybe 18 years old. I was 6 at the time. And he would just pull me into his bedroom when I was passing, because I would have to pass his room to go to the kitchen or wherever else in the house. So he would pull me into the bedroom and, pull down my clothes.
And you were 6 at the time, you said?
Yes. Okay. This was about 4 years straight it happened for.
So from your 6 to like you're 10 years old, it happened?
Right. He would, put his penis in my vagina. There were times when he would just use his finger, and, play with my chest because I didn't have breasts. And, thing like that. And yes, he would cover my mouth because I did try to scream. He would, cover my mouth and mind you make auntie here because we used to call the grandmother auntie. And, I was so terrified that, well, I didn't say anything to anybody, to be honest, because growing up, it was you just don't speak. That is how I was socialized. Not that it was right, but that's what happened. Mm-hmm. So I said nothing to anyone for 4 years. As a matter of fact, please, I think I first said this to you in all my 36 years of being alive. I never said a word to anybody.
Wow.
Because growing up, that's just not something you see happened. So I got so scared that I avoided passing his room to go anywhere. I would go outside just to get to the other side of the house. And when he figured that that's what I was doing, he started to go into, my grandmother's room. Mm-hmm. And because I had to pass her room to go to the bathroom, he would pull me there and, had his way with me and stuff. I don't think that any adult had any idea what was happening. And I didn't say anything because of fear. That same thing, fear. He later moved to Mandeville. His name was Mark, and I say was because he died.
Yay! Wait, round of applause. Motherfucker. All right, continue.
So, yeah, he moved to Mandeville, and I was still so scared that when I went to the house, I would not walk by his room. I just felt like he was there. And I remember going to his funeral, and even though, it should be a sad occasion, I was rejoicing because I felt like he couldn't do this to me anymore, and he couldn't do it to anybody else.
How old were you when he died?
And I could have been about 22 because I had my son. I had my son at 21, so I could have been about 22.
One question: why did you go to his funeral?
I went because, like I said, nobody knew what happened, and they expected me to go. Like you're expected to go because
it was family. Quote unquote family. Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yes. So and at the time, I believe I was the only person who drove, in my immediate family. So I did the driving. So I went.
Sorry,
yeah.
just one more question. How did he die?
He was poisoned.
Yes!
He was...
Somebody poisoned him?
Yes. I mean, it could have been somebody he did something to. I don't know.
Exactly.
He was poisoned.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like I didn't be killing him in the past life. Right, continue. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Right. So that was Mark. And of course, I never said anything to anyone. And, growing up, I felt like it was normal. It was just normal because it happened and nothing came of it. And nothing came of it because I said nothing. Mm-hmm. So that happened when I was, up to 10 years old. Then I had the emotional abuse from my mother, who, in my days, you just black. You just not gonna come to nothing. You just have to breathe before time. All these things. And I think in my teenage years, up to about 17 years old, I was like a boy. I was like a boy because I felt safe around boys. I didn't feel safe around females. How ironic it is that somebody molested me, yet I felt safe around boys. It's because my sister, my cousins, the girls in the community, they all felt like I was too black and me too ugly and me too this and me too that. So, just hanging with the boys, I didn't have to worry about what I looked like. I played the marble, I played the football, the cricket, and everything that boys did.
Because you're like one of the boys now.
Yes, I was like a tomboy. I climbed the trees. I do everything. I wear the boy clothes. Everything I did, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this too, kind of made my mom like encourage her to keep telling me how much I'm gonna be before time. I'm not come to nothing and all of that. So to be honest, I took my books for that, and I did very well in school.
Good.
Then I started to model. It's ever girl's dream when you are slim and trim and after go a dream to go into modeling and stuff. So I started to get into modeling to build my self confidence and stuff after hearing some Black and Mr. Ugly and all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this competition called Sashi at the time. And I remember one Christmas Eve meeting this young man. Can I say his name?
Go ahead.
His name is Romy. So I met Romy this Christmas Eve, and he said, he was with Sashi, and he was scouting for models, and, I fit the look and all of these things. So I said, I'm excited because somebody, Sashi is a big thing, and I'm going to get to model and all of these things. So we exchanged numbers. And a few days called me up and he's like, hey, we're doing some fitting. This is the address. Would you like to come through? There are other ladies going to be, there as well. So you don't have to feel scared or anything like that. And I don't know, naive or whatever it was. But I didn't feel scared.
Or trying to get the opportunity. So this is a big show. Sashi.
Big show, right. Right. Waiting for the taxi, he called me back and he said, there's another young lady at the taxi stand waiting. You two can come together.
Another model
so I
girl?
said, fine. I met up with the young lady, another model. Yeah, fitting the same bill like myself, tall and slender and everything. So we went, and because it's the house is in an adjoining community to mine, and I'm kind of familiar with the area. I figured, it's okay. It's just right there. It's nothing serious. So we went, and Romy and I were outside talking, and the young lady, she went inside. So maybe she gonna try and do little business, signing up, whatever she went to do.
Yeah, because you guys there for fittings. Yeah. Right.
So we're outside and we're having our discussion, and then the young lady, to be honest, she just looked a little bit neat. But then I said to myself, well, if she's trying on clothes and stuff, obviously she's going to put herself back together when she's coming out.
And how long did she stay inside?
When I think about it, maybe about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes.
Which is the time you take to do fittings.
So then,
yeah.
Right. So then Romy said, okay, now we can go, you can come and fit and whatever. All this time, to be honest, I'm thinking that maybe there are other ladies there, because he said, there are other ladies coming to do. So I figured, other people inside as well. But when I got inside the house, I'm thinking, okay, this doesn't look like it's a professional or a business environment. This just looks like just a house, So I turned to leave, and he held on to me, and, he said, you go and get where you come from. And then he started to hit the wall. There was fear in me, him hitting the wall right at my face, hitting the wall, go and get where you come from, you go and get where you come from. And then he called out to another young man, and him say, like, you have a condom? And I'm like, oh, shucks, this is not going to go down good. Anyways, he pulled me into a room and, threw me down on the bed, and he tore off my clothes, and I was screaming and carrying on, and he started to hit the bed, like right at my face, hitting the bed. And I'm like, you know what, Michelle, you better be quiet. You better be quiet, because, he's going to hurt you. So I just gave up. I gave up, and he did what he was doing, and then he just, he gave me this piece of clothing and say, wipe up yourself, with such disrespect. I mean, on top of all that just happened, I was, oh gosh, thinking about it now, it was just horrible. And I called my sister at the time, I was scared, but not scared not to report it. So I called my sister, and she came with me to the police, and we reported it, and we went to the premises. He had already left.
So
I
you
went to
did
the
report it to the
hospital.
police?
Yes, I went to the police station. We reported
Good,
it.
good.
They took me to the hospital to get cleaned up, checked out, pregnancy test, AIDS test, all of these things done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to go home and face my mother. That's probably the hardest part of the situation, because she basically looked at me and said, "You're lucky. You get where you go for."
Your mother said
like,
that to you
how
after
do
you
you
came back
say?
home from the police station?
Yes.
So
That's
you're
what she
lucky you
said.
get where you come from?
Me get what me go for.
You get
You're
where you go
lucky,
for.
you get where you go for. Yeah. So just imagine how I felt, not even being able to say to her, this is what happened. I wasn't able at 6 to 10 to say, Mommy, Mark was doing this to me. But at 18 years old, I'm thinking, what's the worst that can happen? Mommy, this is what happened.
Exactly.
And she's like, you're lucky. You get where you go for.
Why was she so
Tell us
harsh to
before
you?
time and all these things. Well, I never grew up feeling like she loved me. She provided, because that's what mothers do, or she provided what she could.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were days when I got no money to go to school or anything, and there was this gentleman who he drove a bus, and he's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to not go to school because you don't have money, man. When you don't have money, you just come, you can take my bus and whatever." So I started on those days when I don't have money to just wait for his bus, and I don't eat at school because I don't have money. But he even after high school, I went to college one whole year, and he was the one giving me lunch money, and he never asked me for anything.
Wow.
During that time. So yeah, I have one of those blessed situations where I'm getting, but I'm not being asked to return anything.
Nice. And I'm sure in the back of your mind, you must feel obligated, obliged, like this somebody I do so much for me. The only thing me can give me like a pum pum.
Yes, I felt that way so much that afterwards I did it when I was an adult, like 18 years old, going to college.
Like you felt obliged, like Lord, him help me through all of this. So the only thing I can do is give self.
Yes, just give some, because I couldn't give anything else, And then after my ordeal with Romy, I lost myself. I lost my self-esteem, confidence, everything. And I would be what you call a well-dressed prostitute.
Wow.
That was my life afterwards, a well-dressed prostitute.
So it was just being promiscuous. You were just lost.
Yes, I was, because I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Them don't want nothing but sex. That's all men want. That's what Romy took from me, so that's all men want. So, if I met somebody and, they're like, oh, I like you, and we talk. If we talk 2, 3, 4 weeks, and it gets to the point of sex or whatever, as soon as that happened, I disappeared. Not them gone, me gone. Because I already know that's what you want. That's what I tell myself. That's what you want anyway.
Wow. So you just think that you're not valid anyway?
Yeah, so I did that for a year. I'm not valid anyways. That's what you want, so just take it and go. And I did that for a whole year. I got hospitalized for contracting STD.
Wow.
Sick, and all these things happened to me. The same person actually who gave me the STD, years later, died from HIV/AIDS. Thank God I didn't contract anything. Thank you, Jesus. But that's how bad my life was, And it took me a full year to self-heal, to say to myself, you can't do this any longer. You can't hold yourself responsible and, just face what happened, talk about it, encourage other people through your experience, and that is how I turned my life around.
That's good.
That is how I healed.
Because
I
you know
didn't
what?
get professional counseling.
Yes.
Because,
Yes. You know what? I'm happy you're sharing your story because I tell people all the time that in situation and ordeals where you're molested or you get raped, you lose yourself. You have to be really strong to really
Yes.
maintain your self-confidence, your evaluation, because it's like you feel dirty.
Right.
You feel dirty, and the only thing you can
Yes.
offer is sex.
Yes.
So then you just want to have
That's
a
it.
sense of belong. So even like you said, sometimes
Yeah.
I'm not even asking you, just get them just because, and then you just take away yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you're calling them and stalking them and say,
Just-
Kenny, you want
yeah.
to meet up for another date? And that's why it's important
No.
to for us as women to expose this side. So the next generation, because like I said,
Yeah.
for this generation, it done gone bad already. But let's break the curse. Let's
Yes.
stop thinking that we need to shut up. We need to
That's true.
speak because our voice is helping other people. And I applaud you and I thank you for
Yeah.
sharing your story, because trust me, a lot of people listening, and this is woman power, honey. This is woman power. Thank you so much, because a lot of people would
Thank
be
you for having me.
no problem. A lot of people would be very afraid. And you know what? Let me tell you something. You didn't know this because I didn't mention it to you when we spoke earlier. But, your
Yeah.
story, I did Sashi. And I know exactly who you're talking.
Yeah.
I know Romy. I mean, he was never my friend. Oh, yeah. I know Romy. He was never my friend. Because when I got Sashi, I got it through my modeling agency. And of
Yes.
course, and let me tell you something, people. For those who don't know what Sashi is huge. Sashi was like, for example, the Sumfest at the time, it was huge, and they always want girls. I remember the
Yeah.
first time I went to Sashi, Little Kim was on Sashi. She was performing, and I was in Miss Jamaica at the time. And I was like, oh my goodness, I wish, I could perform on this show. I wish I could model on this show, because we went there as Miss Jamaica World contestants. And, just to go around, and I remember it was a glass stage. That was their very first year. And unbeknownst to me, because I speak things into existence, because my first sponsor in Miss Jamaica was Step Model Management, Dennis Archer. And then he signed me after Miss Jamaica World. So I started getting work, and Sashi, the following year, I did Sashi. And after that, every year after that, I did Sashi. And Romeo, he's always in white. He's always wearing white. And
Yes,
he would approach girls and tell girls, listen, I'm the one putting on Sashi. So, and I'm looking for models.
Yes.
He don't look out for the models. He don't want the models because he already hired an agency to get models. But this was his card to lure in the young girls. So I believe you. I believe you. But where is he now? Have you spoken to him
The last
since?
I heard, a few, shortly after my incident, maybe about 2 weeks or so, I was not dating, but, dating, if you want to call it that, a policeman. And I'll tell you this, the policeman called him and made an arrangement to meet up with him somewhere in Kingston. He didn't show up. I was there too. He didn't show up. But had he shown up, then I would have known exactly what happened to him, because he would have been a dead man.
Well,
that was the plan. That's how.
Because I mean,
And
when
then
you
I
reported it
heard
and you went back
afterwards
to the house, you couldn't find him. So because Romy, he comes to Jamaica, but
No,
he
he
doesn't
had
live
left.
in Jamaica.
Yes, that's what he had told me. But somehow he said he was like staying in Kingston or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after that, though, maybe 2 or 3 months, I was told that he was arrested and charged and was in prison for the same, similar crime of raping somebody else.
I tell you, I know
So,
exactly who
I
you're
feel-
talking. Yep. And that's why I tell you, people, You know, let me tell you something. Poverty plays an important role in decisions. That's why I tell people all the time, please, if you can't afford kids, tie on a tube, you can always pull back. When you don't have money, you open it up and have a village. But sometimes, when you don't have money or you lack financial help or financial accessibility to certain things, you make decisions based on your financial situation, and that's what comes in when you're poor, because you can easily lure young girls. And like I said, Romy, he was the organizer for Sashi. That was a huge show, so girls used to flock around him. So of course, I'm sure, you know, he thinks he can get away with every and anything. So that's why probably, you know, he did that. Because he, you know, he did it, he got away, because when by the time you go back to the house, you can't find him. But then time caught up with him. Time caught up with him.
There, no.
But time caught up with him, so either way, and if you rape him that jail for, but him that jail for rape.
Why? I feel like a sense of, you know, like victory, but not totally, because I would want, it's almost like how you feel. You're so happy that Pringle is there serving life, but a piece of you would wish that he was serving some extra time because of what he did to you. You know, that's how I feel.
But you know, like, for Pringle, him can't in a worse position, because he's doing life in prison without visitation. Without visitation, him can't even get visitor. And he's in a 24-hour lockdown, 23-hour lockdown. So him literally in a one hole. So him a dead with film conscience. He gets to sit his ass in prison and think about me and all the other kids that he molested. I'm sure send him about half away. For real. Darling, thank you. Probably because I did hear that he went to prison a while back on rape allegations.
Yeah.
And I can't allegations because if he's in a prison, it have to be proven that he did it to be in prison.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What do you have to tell young girls that, you know, put themselves in a little bit in harm's way without, unbeknownst to them, for opportunities?
Oh Lord, it's kind of a ticklish, you know, situation or recommendation, but if you don't feel, if your gut feeling about something is not right, then do not go. Do not go alone to anybody's place. It doesn't matter how much you feel or you think, you know, you're comfortable. It doesn't matter how much you know the person, because a lot of times, my situation was different because I didn't know this person, but a lot of times it's people that you know, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Go in groups, go with a friend, tell somebody where you are. And if something happens to you, as long as you live to tell the tale, make sure that you make it public, report it, talk it out on the live post, the all stuff everywhere, because they may threaten to kill you, but they can't kill everybody that day.
Exactly, the also all tired body line. Me go kill you, me go kill your family.
That's you, as a matter of fact, kill them first, a joke. But
no, not joke, kill them. Let me tell you something, tell people all the time, you know. I remember this guy had said to me, because, you know, me was a what about my business, and him always a psst and a loose ear. And of course, me always a hold my head straight. I remember one day, I guess he was just, I don't know if he was serious or was just trying to do whatever he could to get my attention. And I was younger. And he said to me, say, hey, yeah, that was going like a blood clot nice. One day, a man I go hold you and rape you. And for the first time, I turned back. And I'm so shocked because, like I said, I always hold my head straight and I turn back and I look at him and I say, pussy wall. Pussy wall. I would be the last person you try to rape. Try that shit. Try it. Him not say nothing. Yes. He was like, and then after I walked out, and he's like, you think you're bad? Of course, me not pay him no mind. But let me tell you something. Sometimes you just have to face them. Something I forgive. You just got to face them. Thank you so much, darling, for sharing your story. I know you have a son now. Please Watch him. As much as you would watch the girl, watch him. Have that conversation. Have the no touch conversation with him. No matter how young him is. Like you were 6 and that happened to you.
I've been doing the no touch since he was 2 years old.
Good.
Nobody touches your private.
Good.
Nobody touches your penis or your butt.
Good.
He knows that.
Good.
I mean, from 2. Yeah.
Because you know what?
So the last thing I would say is. The last thing I would say is people do not speak. They're afraid because they're afraid of offending somebody. That is what fear does. You're afraid of offending the rapist. You're afraid of offending the family member. You're afraid of offending your father or your uncle. But you being fearful of offending these persons, it's offending you because you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't have a normal life. So who do you think it's better to be offended, yourself or somebody else? So don't be afraid to speak up, offend them.
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Like I said, people, you know what? You have to have that conversation with your kids, especially boys, not only girls, because I think it's even harder on boys. Because, you know, as a boy, if an older woman take advantage of you, and you tell your friends or you tell somebody, most of the time as a society, we don't take it serious. Lord, so we did want man to touch you, so what if a woman touch you up? Like I saw this video of a little boy dancing behind what was a jeering crowd, this big woman, and him a juke behind her, juke, and of course, and them a popping collar, and this little boy was no more than probably 7 or 8, and him in the street dance, and him a popping collar, and him a gyrate, and I'm like, seriously? Seriously? So you just want to sexualize the poor little boy, and then if him can't have that big woman for dagger behind, then he's now going to try it with a child his age. And you're not going to think anything of it because your child is 8 and he's 8, so they're babies. But because him already did that dry hump, the 46-year-old woman on the street, he now has a little bit of humping experience. So now I'm going to hide and hump your daughter. And we have to stop. Stop. Give energy to fucker people. Stop it. Please stop it. It's not cute. It don't look good. Stop. And like I said, you have to put out as much effort with your boys. Because, like I said, if a big woman touch him, it's not right. But we as a nation go say, well, I want big woman touch you, so what? No. And worse if it's a man, him can't talk either because, what? One man touch, you batch man then, man, bumbo cloud, but you... So, where's the balance? So boys, I think, honestly, have it harder because 1, you're not supposed to say nothing because a woman say you're not supposed to say nothing. 2, if you ever say, oh, that man molest me, a batty man, you brand a batty man 1 time. We have to be more educated and more sensitive on these topics and on these subjects. Please, 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 I'm begging you guys. I'm going to take 1 call from my Instagram because I know you guys want to call in for someone to share their story, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So I'm wrapping it up right now with 1 call. I see someone had requests. Let me see if they're still on. So please request my Instagram. Oh, this person, no. Okay, so someone from my Instagram can send in a request to share their stories. And like I said, no judgment. Please just take from these stories and apply it. If it has never happened to you, count your many stars. Be thankful. If it happened to you, it's okay if you don't want to speak out loud about it, but don't think that you are alone. This platform is to show women that they are not alone. It's happening to kids as we speak. So if you have a child, talk to your child. It's not okay. Somebody. Instagram. Hold on. Oh, I don't have time. Exactly. Learn from it. Anybody. There was a few requests when she was talking. So you can go ahead now and send in a request. And don't forget, Facebook peeps, share. We're not keeping this on the down low. We're speaking up. We're speaking out. Exactly, Latoya. We're speaking up. We're speaking out. Yes, no, hold on. I'm trying to see. Love you too, Peter Lloyd. Okay, let me see if I can get you on. I know you always support my thing, so maybe you can give some word of advice as a father, as a daddy, Peter. Hold on. Big up to my boy Peter Lloyd. Big up, big up, big up. Okay, hold on. Man, all these requests were coming in early. I know I'm trying to... Okay. Miss JKS, okay, is going live with more. Hey, darling, how are you? Good night, good night, good night. Can you hear me? Hi, JKS, can you hear?
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Okay, we lost her. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Before I wrap it up. And of course, don't forget, I know a lot of peeps been asking me about my flash tattoos. They are available online. It's Who Is These metallic tattoos. So get them, get them, get them. You have 5 cards that comes in one case. And you have another with 10 cards. So go online and purchase them. My Shopify link is in my my bio on Instagram and of course on Facebook. You can always find my... Yes, I will. So I'm wrapping it up right now because I don't know. I guess... Oh, she's having Wi-Fi issues. Sorry about that. So yes, definitely don't forget, hit up my Shopify. You can get your Who Is These t-shirt, your flash tattoo ladies, so you can go to the beach and look fire. I'm addicted to them. They're so easy and they last like a week because, you know, you wash gingerly in this area and they're also pretty, pretty, pretty. So thanks for the love. Thanks everyone. And don't forget, ladies, you're not alone. I had a gentleman that wanted to share his story last week, but I end up missing him, and now we're on kind of different time because of his job. So listen, I invite and I welcome men as well who wants to share their story and, you know, shed light. Okay, I have another person. Let me see. Sadler. Let me see if you're gonna connect. So definitely, you know, check it out on Shopify. If you're not following my Instagram, it's _tease_TEEZE, and Facebook, Tease Unstoppable, YouTube, Tease Local. Sadler, good night, good night, good night. Am I connected? You're connected? Your Wi-Fi good?
Hi, good night.
Hey,
Yeah,
good night.
I wanted to be a bit private. Thanks for accepting.
No problem.
All right, so I have a story in which I haven't spoken about this year, and ever since the other day I realized that everybody's coming out and talking about molest and all sort of things, so I decided that I'm going to try. But first, it's affecting me mentally right now because I've been smoking like for the past 3 years non-stop every day. I have a daughter. I am successful. I did well somewhat in high school because I'm doing a teaching course right now and I'm working.
Hello? Hello? No, you muffled. Like you sit down on the speaker, the mic.
Oh.
Yes, I'm hearing you now, yeah.
All right. So when I was 4 years old, basically this is about my stepfather. Basically, I don't know my father. I heard that he's a police, but I'm not sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up with my stepfather, my grandfather, and my stepbrother and my sister. However, my step-grandfather started molesting me from age 4. And when I was 6 years old, my sister and my stepfather, they held me down for my stepbrother to take my virginity.
How old were you?
I was 6 years old at the time when I had sex with my stepbrother.
How old was he?
He was about 11, 12 out there. 11, 12, 10, something like that. But then after that, I think it was okay. I couldn't tell my mother because my mother used to do security work. So she when we're going to school in the mornings, she's coming in. When we're going home, she's leaving. Just my stepfather there right round. And my stepfather started to molest my sister. My sister is older than me at the time. My sister and my stepbrother is the same age.
So she was like 11, 12 as well.
Right. They're the same age. And he started molesting me. I don't know if we have sex or anything like that, but I know that every morning when I wake up, I would always smell Vaseline. So when I touch my vagina or whenever I'm bathing, I always say, but down here so look shine. So I get to understand, say, hey, at night time when me asleep, him come into the room and him play around with me. And even in my step grandfather, so my stepfather and my step grandfather, we moved. We was living in a community, a small community, and we moved to the town area.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I was around 8, 9 of there. We moved. So my stepfather got my sister pregnant. My mother did nothing about it.
And how old was your sister when she got pregnant?
She got pregnant when she was 15.
But this has been going on since she was 12.
No, man, before that. Because the stepfather and him used to molest me and my sister, and his father did the same thing. So me, my sister, and my stepfather and step-grandfather molest both of us.
Okay.
When I was in grade 5, I told my mother about it, and she said, well, me used to go through the same thing when me I grew up with my sibling them.
Who said that?
And she go tell me, say, my mother said she went through the same thing, you know. And she said, why me not put ketchup in a pot and tell him to start my period? My mother tell me that, you know. My mother tell me that why me not put ketchup in a my pad or panty and tell him say I'm seeing my period. And
in order for so that's the only way it would stop is not by her protecting you, but by you faking your period, because your period is obviously going to last all year long. So basically, that is how she's telling you and recommending that you take a break from the abuse at the age of what now?
I was in grade 5. I think people say 9, 8, 9, 10 off there. So
okay. So hold on. So I'm trying to follow this story. So your mother, that is with her boyfriend and her and his dad, that is molesting you, even though she used to work and come in and don't know what's going on. From the age of 6, you were being molested and play around with.
Right.
Then finally, at the age of 9, when she realized that something is happening, is happening, she can't deny that. Her advice to you now is going to be, why you don't put ketchup on your panty and tell them say I see a period?
Exactly.
Okay, carry on.
After my sister got pregnant and had the baby, people in the community, they started speculating, wonder who she get pregnant from, and ask question. And she had a boyfriend in the community at the time. And she tell him, and the guy tell the mother. But eventually, no, so a community, nobody now go really see me. Then call police or get anybody involved in it. Them just go trouble in the community. Say, go away. Remember, say your father, your stepfather do this and that to you. So that was the case. Nobody tried to protect us.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was 16, they took the baby from her and put her out because of the same boyfriend. The stepfather find out, say, okay, then she have man, so she can't stay.
Okay, so his issue, wait. So he's putting her out because she have man. So basically, him wife, daughter, when pregnant, is now cheating on him, even though he have a wife at home, even though that's his stepdaughter. His issue is, oh my goodness, I have 26 seconds remaining on this. Let me hang up because, Instagram doesn't let you go live for too long. So it's going to cut off in 10 seconds. So I'm going to go back on and you call back, please. Okay? Hello? Bo, Dolphin, Bobo. Okay, her call got cut off because we went on time. So I'm going back on and live right now as we speak for that. So of course, Instagram, sorry about that. I realized that you cannot go more than an hour live on Instagram. After that, it cuts off. So I hope she calls back. Yeah, people are coming in now, and while people are coming back on, let me just say this. Most of these mothers that are telling you to shush, like I said, it's been generation upon generation that this has been happening, and because it happened to them, it's expected to happen to you. Please, guys, share this on Facebook. Share, tag a friend, tag a friend. This is us educating, and it all goes back to education. And I'm not talking education as in degree. I'm just talking about education and knowledge. Okay. Oh, okay. She's calling back. And you see, and that's what I'm telling her, says, stop tell people, but in a matter what your parents put you through, you're still supposed to take care of them when them all. Sometimes when you see people turn them back on them mama and them fucking father, excuse my French. It's shit like this. So stop. And I'm happy that this is coming out because so often we love tell people, well, it no matter what you go through or your mother, so still love her and still give her money and forgive her, but still be around her. Listen, I'm telling you something, you can't forgive and detach. Forgive and detach. Forgive them, make them do go with them and go, are you go your separate ways. Because people like this cannot be healthy for you. Hello? Hold on. I lost her. Let me see if I can get her back. See, this is real, people. These stories are real. These are real life events. Sometimes we think we know what's going on, and then sometimes the reality hits us right in the face. Hits us right in the face. Sweetie, if you're here, just send back a request. I lost you. I think your connection, I don't know. The reality just slap you. One box. And this is our realities. This is our realities. This is what we have. We have to listen. And this is how we're going to stop this. This is how we're going to stop this. Can you imagine she is still suffering? Hold on. Let me see. No. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Trying to find her back. She's not here. Okay, I hope she gets back on. I hope, she gets connected back. But let's just wait and fingers crossed that she comes back. See, and these things affect you. And talking about it and seeking counseling and realizing that you were young, you were a victim, you did not do anything wrong. Your mother was supposed to protect you. Your father was supposed to protect you. Your stepfather, your step-grandfather. Instead of taking turns, they were supposed to be protecting her. This is a wake-up call for people who have them kids. We love them kids. I'm not talking about the workless mother. I'm talking about the ones them that really love their kids, but have to run, go work, and have to left them pitney here, there, and everywhere, and left them with Mass Jones, with Mr. Walker. You understand? Stop. Be more vigilant. You have to. Otherwise, this story is going to keep repeating. It's going to be a repetition for generation upon generation. Oh, yes, she's here. It's going to be on generation upon generations if we don't stop it. Facebook, tag your friends, share.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry about that. The Instagram went off after an hour because I guess I've been on for sorry, yes, continue.
So where exactly?
Wait, you went back low again. Can't hear.
Yeah, where exactly? I stopped when I said that my stepfather put out my sister.
Yes.
All right. So there and then, remember, I know I'm still in primary school. After they put her up, my mother did nothing about it. For some reason, it seems as if she was scared of him or something. I don't know. But that is what happened. My stepbrother, for some reason, he got matured and he's like, hey, daddy, you know, so them stuff ain't right because such and such are my sister. In spite of everything, they had a big fight because him decided, say, him go tell my mother and my mother not do nothing about it. So he caused a fuss and everything and him end up put out the son. And a real story may I tell about. Probably if nobody upon here so know me, them hear the story before because it is in the community. I see a couple people here so we come from the same community. All right. So there and then I was the only
Wait,
one.
you went back low.
Yeah, so there and then I was the only one.
You went back low again.
Hello?
Yes. Perfect. Stay right there, so
Yeah.
don't move, don't blink.
All right, so there and then I was the only one taking care of the baby because my sister gone, stepbrother gone. So, you know, me the home, mommy and the baby and stepfather. My mommy still have to work. So most of the times we had no babysitter. So I have to be absent from school so I can babysit that child. And I was still in primary school. And everything just got worse. He would come in at night time and he used to want to feel me up and all these things. And for some reasons, he reached to a point where I tell myself, you know what, I'm going to just give in and see if we stop. And I couldn't give in. Every time come on upon me and hold me down, I try to fight him off. That was the first man who performed oral sex on me. My stepfather is the first man who performed
And
oral
all
sex
this
on
time,
me.
your mother is living in that same household, and she
Yeah,
does
she
it.
lived in the same house.
And she knows what is going on, and she's
She knew
basically
exactly.
not doing anything.
Exactly. She's not doing anything about it. So it continued. When I was 13, I left. I told my mother one day that, listen, I'm tired of this. It's either you're going to do something about it or I'm going to go out and talk about it. My mother beat me up and said, go on about my business. So I went to Westmoreland to live
And
with
you
my
were at
aunt.
what age now?
I was 13.
Okay, just making sure everybody's following along. Okay, you're still young. At this point, you're 13
Right.
now. Okay.
Right. So I was 13 at the time and I went to Westmoreland and I lived in Westmoreland with my aunt. But I was still attending school in St. James. So I have to be traveling back and forth. And my aunt said, no, this doesn't make no sense because we are spending too much money for just transportation. So I had families in the country and I went there and I lived there for some time. And then we have this big man in the family, well-known man in Montego Bay. And he always visit me from time to time. So, you know, them big man in the family we call uncle. It's not my uncle, but
Like
big
Uncle
man in the
Larry.
family.
Like Uncle Larry, we're in a dancehall queen.
Right, refer to him as uncle. So he stated that he's going to help me. And you know, family man, everything was okay. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna go with this. So like every Saturdays I'd leave the country and come in the town and go by his house to meet up with him and collect money to go back to school the following week. And I remember one time he said that I should take his phone to him in the bathroom. Me don't think nothing of it. So me bring the phone at the bathroom and him hold on for me and him say, him can't just give me money just like that.
Of course.
So him want something. I mean like Mr. to him say like, seriously? Why you that come to me with something like that? And he said that okay, if I don't want to give him my vagina, we can do anal.
And you're 13 still, right?
13.
You still haven't grown a day older. Okay.
I was 13. But I still never give in. I never give in. But I mean, since recently, I realized that. But my stepfather died.
Thank goodness. What killed him?
Them shoot him.
Yes. How much shot?
I think it was around 6 shots.
Good.
I don't remember, yeah, man. But they killed him. And you know, funnily, for some reason, I cried.
Why?
Because I tell myself that he didn't know better.
No, he knew better, honey. Trust me.
I tell myself that he did not knew any better. And up until today, it still affect me. Even this morning, I woke up crying. I had a nightmare, and I called my friend. And me tell me, say, hey, you know, so me have a nightmare, me I cry to her. Trust me, my mind is just all over the place right now.
How old are you
Even though
now?
I'm going to school, I'm 23 now.
So you're still young.
Yeah, man, I'm 23, but I'm doing my teaching course and working full time. But it still affects me because I kind of keep myself to myself. I don't go out. I don't party. It's just like at my sister back home, work, school, and that's about it. And I'd have my daughter on the weekends because my daughter.
Oh, you have a
living with
daughter?
her grandmother. Yeah, man, I have a daughter.
And I feel
My
Uncle
daughter
Larry.
is living. Huh?
Oh,
No.
Okay. What's the
No.
relationship with your mother now?
We don't have a relationship.
Have she
I hardly
apologized?
speak.
Have you guys ever spoke about what had happened?
Yes. So she was keeping my daughter. I tried to forgive her. She was keeping my daughter at one point, and I went home one evening, and my baby wasn't home. So I called her. I said, "Mommy, which part you there?" She said she there home with my daughter. So same time, me take a drive and me go up there. Me tell her, say, you can't do that. You can't have me. Me can't tell you so if you come at my place when me rent, if you come and stay with my daughter, you take up my daughter and go on about your business with her. Not because of your granddaughter, you still ask me if you can carry my baby go such and such. Knowing that the child that my sister had from my stepfather is a boy, so me definitely know so something in a for him blood. So me go up at the house and my baby and me tell her, say, listen, me no want my daughter go through the same thing with the little boy when me go through. Me no want him touch my daughter. Me no trust him around my daughter. And she slapped me. She slapped me. And say her man dead and me still a tell lie on her man.
The same mother that tell her to put on ketchup on your panty and say that's your period?
She's the same one.
But you know, because when you say you left your daughter with her, let me just get this straight. You live by yourself?
Yes, I'm living alone.
Okay, and you...
Because I'm suffering from depression, so from time to time I have mood swings, so I don't really want her to see me when I'm breaking down. I try my best to avoid that, but on the weekends I'll keep her.
Yes.
But during the week, because of work and school and everything, I just can't manage because every day I have mood swing. Every single day I have mood swing, and I switch job. I'm working here this month, next month I'm working there. It's just the least little thing I'm frustrated.
But when you leave your daughter with your mother have a new man now?
No.
She's single?
Yeah, man, she's single. She's trying.
She's celibate
She's
too?
trying to build a relationship.
But is she celibate?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because we don't have a relationship. Right now, my mother can't even hug me up.
No, but no. I'm asking you these questions because what you went through.
Mm-hmm.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 4.
Okay, your daughter is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, your mother don't really have much taste in men. So why I'm asking you this is because you might say she's single, but me ask you if she's celibate. Because even if she's single, but you have one man here and one man there, so, and she still have to give Mas Jones some time from the back or from the side. Mm. You don't know who Mas Jones or Mr. Brown is. And like you've already experienced her taste in men and her decision whether the man is. So just make sure you protect your child. That's just where I'm coming from.
My daughter is not living with her now. My daughter is living with her father and mother.
Oh,
right. So she's living with her grandmother and her father.
So only sometimes you let your mother, which is her grandmother, look at her.
That was then. She was around 2 years old at the time, but since recently, no.
Oh, okay. Whew. I'm like, geez, go check your daughter's vagina. All right. Good.
No. Since recently, no.
Okay. Well,
but, I mean,
yeah. Tell me.
I had to speak up about it, and trust me, there's more to the story. It's just that I'm a bit nervous right now, but there is a lot more. I don't have a relationship with my mother. She's trying, but no. I can't.
I don't think she's
if my
trying.
mother-
Honey, let me tell you this. And with me, maybe you just start following my page. This is Tease, 100% uncensored. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. You don't need a relationship with them, Adonai. Me know people go bash me and say, left her. Make she pray. Make God angle it. God forgive and God forget. This God, fuck that shit. Leave that lady alone. Your mood swing, tell me if I'm wrong or I'm right. When she comes around, doesn't she sometimes irritate your whole aura, your whole being?
I don't go around them, period. I don't go around them, period.
But when she do come around, and when you do go around them, what is your reaction?
I just say like good morning or good evening to her and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone back outside, allow them to sit down. We don't have a relationship. We can't sit down and talk to her.
Okay, but my question is, sometimes you're around her, doesn't the memory comes back?
Of course.
Sometimes you look upon her and you just...
Dust. Of
Okay.
course, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That is
But
my
I'm trying. Even though you said something earlier about praying, I do pray, and try to forgive her. But I mean, we just cannot have a relationship.
No, it's not going to happen, honey. And let me tell you something, she's not sorry. Why I tell you she's not sorry? The fact that she could have looked on you and box you and tell you, say, even after her man dead, you still have to tell lie on her man. Leave it alone. For your own peace of mind, honey, leave it alone. And the thing with us as humans, we need validation. We need a sense of belong in a family environment, in a situation. So because you've never had that relationship with your mother, the older you get, the more you crave it. And the more you crave it, the worse it gets. The more you force it, the worse it gets. Some of these things, just leave it alone. You have to leave it alone. For your own peace of mind, every time you see her, the memories are going to come back.
It does.
Every time you talk to her, even if she's saying something right in that moment, you're probably thinking, so why you never said this? Why you never do this before when we need you? When I needed you, when I was a child, you didn't protect me. Why you do this now? Even if she's going to try to be kind of a part of you, in that moment might say, oh my goodness, you know, she really had tried. Then your mood swing, set in, you flip, and you're like, fuck this shit. She don't mean me no good. That's why you have mood swings, yes or no?
That is true.
Okay. Honey, I'm not a psychologist. But based on my experience in life and self-taught, like I was talking about earlier, it goes to show that certain things are... If it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, I can't lobster. It is what it is. And oftentimes, we're so afraid to detach from the situation that is hurting us. So we're in the pot and the oil get hot and we start frying and we start and we're still there because we just have hope, say, we're holding on. I think cut off. We're holding on to something that is pretense. Something that is not going to connect and you just have to force it. I hope she comes back on because her thing got cut off. Just leave it alone. And this is for everybody on my life. Sometimes the situation that you're trying to fit is like Cinderella stepsister in a Cinderella glass slippers. Stop force your foot that it now go fit. And that's the sad truth. That is the sad truth. Because she is now trying to force something. Yes, she's calling back. She's now trying to force something that will never happen. She will never love her mother like a child is supposed to love her mother. You will never love your mother like how a child that grew up with a real mother that protect her and if you ever look at me pretty too hard, nasty up your face. Because your mother was never that mother. So what you're going to take from your situation, and I know of course there's more to the story because you can't tell so much in such a short time. But what I will advise you to do, honey, Look at your daughter every day and be
I see somebody commented earlier and asked if I have suicidal thoughts. Yes, I do. I tried committing suicide like 3 times. The last time I tried committing suicide was in December last year. December.
I want you to think about this. You look at your daughter, and if you leave her, the same thing that...
I've heard that before. It's not easy. It is not easy to just look at my daughter and say, all right, you may live for me. I have to do this for you.
No.
It's not easy.
No. I was just saying in the flip. No, I wasn't going to say, choose to live for her. Just tell yourself, if you leave her, the same thing that you endure, you might put her through, because just like how your mother wasn't there to protect you, you're now leaving her in arms of predators. You get where I'm coming from? So you have to be there for her. So it's not, oh, look at your daughter and live here. No, it has to be more than that. You have to be that mother that is going to fight off a grizzly bear. Stop it. You have to be that mother that will fight off a grizzly bear. You have to be that mother that your mother wasn't. So you're going to take from her the lesson that you would love for your child to learn from a good mother. And trust me, I know it's not easy, honey. I don't know if you heard my first call. I didn't do this on Instagram. Nardia, I don't know. She was on my live earlier. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to make a group with all you guys. Send me a message in my inbox on Instagram. Nardia, she shared her story. And Nardia too has attempted suicide several times after her father not only took her virginity at the age of 9, but gave her gonorrhea that went untreated for years. She's now at the age of almost 40, about to suffer from Alzheimer's, because her treatment, when the gonorrhea stayed in her system for too long. Not only did her father rape her for years and years and years, but when her mother finally filed for her and she go to the US and your thing say, yes, me leave all of this behind now. The pastor that took her to the hospital to clean up her illness that she came from Jamaica with, as soon as she get the last shot where would that may say, okay, that's it, she good now, he started raping her. So you are not alone, honey. You are not alone. But your story tonight has touched people, and it has opened a lot of people's eyes to show people that, you know what, there are people out there, there are women suffering far too long in silence. And I'm happy that I made this platform. I'm happy that you're here sharing your story, because you're changing life with your story, whether you want to believe it or not. You have a lot of people listening to you on Instagram, not so much on Instagram, because I don't have a huge following on Instagram, but I have a huge following on Facebook. They heard your story. Don't give up.
I'll follow and I'll message you as soon as I'm...
Yes, so message me, and I'm going to make... And you are in Westmoreland still by any chance?
No, man, I'm in St. James.
Oh, you're in St. James. Oh, perfect, honey. Perfect. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with me from before, but I'm from Montego Bay. My sister and I launched a foundation, Miss Montego Bay Foundation. You're familiar with the pageant, Miss Montego Bay? We had it the first time last year.
No.
Yeah, we had it.
The name of Samantha, who tried a couple years back. I think it was Miss Montego Bay.
I can't hear you.
But I think I've heard about that before.
Yeah, last year was the first time we did it. But anyway, one of our contestants last year on her way from rehearsal got raped. So we made this foundation. So this, like I said, this is not just today something. This is something that we've been, doing. It's in the making. So this foundation is for women that has been sexually abused, sexually assaulted, molested, or raped. We're going to get professional help for everybody, therapists free, of course. Professionals are coming in to offer their service for, women like yourself that need healing, that need to, surpass this and grow and, use your story to help other people. So, send me a message in my inbox. We definitely want you to be a part of, our foundation, for your own healing process and your growth, because you have a daughter that you are going to be the most phenomenal mother for. Okay?
Thanks.
No problem. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm about to wrap up, guys. Thank you. Inbox me, hon. Inbox me. For those on my Instagram, thank you for joining me. Facebook is always love. Thank you guys so much. And like I said, please take away from these stories the lesson that this have to stop. This story is, it now gonna resonate generation upon generation. It's only gonna be for this generation because we're gonna cut all of that out. We're gonna cut all of this out for the next generation. The next generation are supposed to have the same stories. Them supposed to say, me say my granny did fool, me say my mother did fool, me say me ear say my granny really sit down and make man molest her, my mother make man molest her, never say nothing. Oh, they did fool, sir. You understand? So make them laugh off away and say them we did stupid. Make the new generation say how stupid we were to think that our silence was the best option. Peace out, guys. Like I said, don't forget, hit up my Shopify for all your tees merch. Thank you for keeping my company. Thank you. And listen, don't forget, I remember my pedophile. I remember my molester. I remember my rapist. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Night, night.